Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. For those who have not subscribed to my channel, I would highly recommend because I have been covering a lot on immigration to Canada. All right, without wasting a minute, today I will be talking about various formats at different stages, including the ADRs and few of the timelines, not just in international graduates, because this has been the prominent one, but I also got hold of few cases where you have the outland spouse at the same time in case if you have a healthcare stream. So the first is you see here on the screen, it's letter from IRCC. So basically this is a web form when the person actually has submitted the web form. Now, web form is basically when you have to update the information which you think that you did not mention at the time of submitting the application. As many of you know that everybody was overwhelmed with the news with TR to PR, and a lot of you have applied with incomplete application, so you don't need to worry about that. That's a first and foremost thing I really wanted to clarify. For those who are still struggling, oh, we have submitted a wrong information, or maybe the study permit refusal was not mentioned in my application, or even I did not attach the pay slip, or pay stubs were again not in sync with your supporting documents. There were a lot of wrong dates you have mentioned. There were a lot of refusal actually has happened in the past, maybe the work permit refusal, or even there was some kind of a issue with your existing application. So based upon recent trend, I would strongly recommend, don't need to worry about. First and foremost, you're not authorized or you're not allowed to submit any unsolicited document. When I say unsolicited, means where IRCC has not asked you or you have not received any AOR or ADR. So in case if you are at a stage where you have just submitted the application and you're waiting for your AOR or ADR or any kind of confirmation from IRCC, you're not supposed to submit any document. Now, this letter which I'm talking about, this is basically a confirmation once the applicant has submitted the web form, and that's what the letter says. Some of you might not be able to read it, so I'm just going to read it one by one, like step by step. Thank you for contacting Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, which is IRCC, in order to respond to a high volume of inquiries related to the crisis in Afghanistan. We have needed to shift resources in our client support center, that's basically call center in a way. This will impact our ability to respond to some of your inquiries. So that's what they have said. Now, we will respond to these priorities inquiries only clients in crisis situation, like those affected the situation in Afghanistan, of course, clients facing vulnerable circumstances, emergency and urgent requests. Third one is clients who need to tell us about a change in their circumstances, which has a direct impact on their applications, like marriage, birth of a child, or similar. So if you could see here, in case if any addition has happened in your family, in case if an individual is got married, you definitely can submit your supporting documents for your spouse, including your marriage certificate, your chat, history, the right of landing fee and visa processing fee with her, supporting documents like the date of birth and everything. I have covered a whole video onto it, so you can always go back and check in my channel under my channel detail. And then other one is clients who are submitting documents requested by one of our officers, changes in contact information, requests to withdraw an application or refunds, things like that. If your inquiry is not one of the priority inquiries listed above, you will not receive a reply. So if you included attachments with your inquiry, rest assured they will be added to your file shortly. So the moment you submit a web form, you're likely to get a response like an acknowledgement from IRCC office within a week's time period, or maybe it can take up to 15 days time at the 15 days, yeah, at the most. So this is exactly the process. Again, if you are trying to submit the documents and you're in a panic situation that you have to submit without getting AOR and ADR, there is no point of doing. You're doing a futile efforts. So yeah. Another one is an ADR from IRCC. So this is exactly one of the ADR. So where here this person has been asked to provide the proof. Now, a lot of you have the confusion that we have to submit the pay stub. So should we submit it for 2 months time period, or for last 3 months, or maybe last 6 months? Now, In this case, usually IRCC specify you. Like in this case, like proof of income including pay stubs showing compulsory deductions from April 2021 to May 2021, just 2 months. Yeah, that actually is true. This must be received at this office by October 5th 2021. So then another one was T4 forms, a copy of the Canadian Revenue Agency T4 form, your most recent one. This must be received at this office again by October 5th 2021. Now beneath that they would also mention the duration, what exactly they are looking for. The requested information or document must be received within 7 days from the date of this letter. So that's what exactly they're going to give you, a stipulated time period or a time frame, around which time usually you have to submit. Usually requirements like this, visa officer is under impression that since you've already submitted the application, you must be able to provide this within a week's time period. Now things like biometrics or medical, sometimes it does take time. So visa officer would ask you to submit within 30 days time period. All right, another one is applied for work permit. Now, this person has actually applied already for the work permit, and that's what one of the letter they usually get. So don't need to worry about that. So this confirms that your application has been received by IRCC on August 3rd, 2021. Please attach this letter to your present work permit number. Proof that you are authorized to continue working with the same conditions, that's an employer and occupation, until November 30th, 2021, or until a decision is made on your application, whichever is first. So this person is actually allowed to work even beyond November 30th. It's just that, once the decision is made under her work permit application. So when will IRCC contact you? You're expected to provide a copy of your passport and your electronic application if IRCC needs your physical passport. So IRCC will request that you submit it to our office, and IRCC will also contact you in case if you require additional information, or any documents. All right, so another one is a timeline for international graduate. This is really a detailed one, and that's the one I'm discussing it in first go. There are a lot of flaws has actually happened, so I'm sure that this would give confidence to many of you who are still struggling that they were not able to fulfill the requirement at the time of submitting the application. So let's dive into. So this application was submitted on May 6th at 12:39 p.m. and this then you're supposed to get a biometric instruction letter, otherwise you will not be able to do the biometric. I hope you know it. So she has received BIL on August 18th, and on she has passed the medicals on August 19th, and then she submitted the biometrics on the very next day, that is August 20th. Now, she has linked up her application on August 20th, and then she has received the AOR within a week's time period. In fact, less than a week's time, August 26th. Now is the time when she is authorized to submit additional documents through IRCC web form. So let's go to first one. So there were a couple of flaws she has done at the time of submitting the application. So that's how she has submitted IRCC web form, that is pay stubs from April 2021 to May 2021, and then IMM 5669, since she forgot to mention first study permit refusal on August 27th. Now on the second day, August 28th, she has submitted second IRCC web form because she forgot to mention her PNP refusal also. Another one, she has submitted IRCC web form like on August 31st, within a week's time period. This is a third IRCC web form, since she made some errors in IMM 5669 forms. Now this is the fourth IRCC web form she has submitted on September 14th, since she has made some kind of errors with an employment date. So while she was filling up the application forms, there was a variation, or it was not in sync with the supporting documents what she has provided relation to her job. So she has to correct the dates that were in the IMM 5669 form. So this all has been done by her without IRCC was getting, without IRCC asking for it. So now these all things were actually submitted. So there was no ADR, if you see here. And now she's got the ghost updates on October 2nd and October 3rd. And then she got the PR confirmation portal. That's PR confirmation received within a week's time period on October 5th. So when you get ghost update, as I mentioned in each and every of video, this is a good sign. So you're getting close to getting the PR confirmation portal. And she's filled up, she's updated her address, updated her photograph the very same day, very quick. And the next day she's been able to get the eCOPR. So now this is the case of international graduates. Before I dive into a second timeline, I would like to tell you that this is a good news you probably would be waiting for, that IRCC actually processing the applications pretty fast, and I would be coming up with more updates very soon, especially from the stage when you get the AOR till eCOPR. So yeah, hold on tight. It could be anytime. Just keep an eye on your inbox. And I hope in case if you've been able to link up your application, just keep on checking. Don't forget to check your spam and junk folders. History has happened, and I told you in the past video also that sometimes you loses the ADR, like this thing has happened in one of the case where person actually got the requirement for police clearance certificate and was sitting back in the spam, and it went away to the down, and he missed that, and it was supposed to be submitted within 30 days time period. So just keep an eye on these three things: the IRCC linked account, your Gmail or Yahoo or whatsoever email account you have, and plus the spam folder. Moving on to another timeline for Milind Kumar Patel. So he has applied under international stream. He received the AOR on September 1st, and then application was linked actually on August 27th. So it was like almost 4 days ago, 4 days before getting the AOR. He has linked up his application, and then medicals were also passed the very same day. He got the ADR for 5669 form. That was September 24th. So if you see on September 1st, he has got the AOR, and almost like towards the end of September, he got the requirement from IRCC, and that was just one requirement, and got the ghost updates. There was like 6 ghost updates he has got till portal credentials, and he has uploaded the photograph and address, and he's just waiting for the his next step, that is PR card for sure. Moving on to another case, this is actually Manpreet Kaur with Outland spouse. Thank you so very much for sharing your timeline, Manpreet. I really do. I appreciate that. So she's applied on May 6th at 12:20 p.m. Eastern Time. PCC and medical upfront were, and medicals were actually upfront for both principal applicant and spouse. And this is one of the case where delays do usually happen. So they've been very timely in submitting. So that's good. Now the medicals were also passed on August 19th and got biometric request. And then they got the AOR, and file was linked on August 20th. Now the biometric was actually given by the principal applicant on August 24th. Now the Outland spouse biometrics were submitted. They have been submitted, and principal applicant has actually got the PR confirmation on October 1st, and the Outland spouse got the passport request. That's called a PPR. So that's basically a passport request on the very same day, that's October 1st. So this is pretty clean case over here, although this does take time. So last week only, like on Friday, they have got it, so it could be any time. All right, another timeline is from Neutrophil. That's actually the YouTube name I have. He's one of the subscriber. So he's applied on May 6th at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and he's received the AOR on August 3rd, and ADR was already there in his IRCC account, when he actually linked up his application. So this is one of the reason I always advise, in case if you're able to link up your application, that's really good. In case if you're not, definitely you just have to wait until a centralized system uploads your information on GCMS. So when he actually linked up his application, he saw there was an ADR for police clearance certificate, and that was again it was received on July 24th. So then second ADR was received on September 3rd. So he received the PR portal confirmation on September 23rd. So basically, when he got the ADR for police clearance certificate, if you see that AOR was received on August 3rd. So it was like, he's already submitted the police clearance certificate on July 24th. So he's supposed to, confirm that. He just have to resubmit that police clearance certificate. And then the second ADR was, of course, was received. So he has submitted that document also. And now he's received the PR confirmation portal on September 23rd. And within 2 days time period, he got the eCOPR on September 25th. Moving on to another case is again the international graduate, and I will talk about healthcare after that. So this applicant has submitted the application on May 6th at 12:35 p.m. AOR was received on August 20th at 6 a.m. So that's pretty early in the morning. And then he got the ADR for IELTS. Usually, when you submit the application with the screenshot, IRCC is supposed to ask you for the original form. So that's called TRF. So that's test report form. You have to submit that. You have to scan it, and then you have to send it to them. So it was submitted on September 21st, and it was uploaded on the system, which he was able to get the information on September 22nd. And then he got 3 ghost updates. So first was on September 23rd, then is 6/26, then is 29, and the very day when he got the third ghost updates, he got the portal request. That was on September 29th again. And then he got the PR confirmation portal, that credential thing, on October 1st, where he has uploaded the photograph and updated the address. And then he received the eCOPR 2 days ago. That was October 4th at 1:24 p.m. Moving on to another timeline is actually for healthcare. So this person has submitted the application on May 6th at 12:50 p.m. Eastern Time. He's got the biometric letter received on August 6th, and then he got the AOR that was August 12th within a week's time period. He has already passed the medicals on August 6th, and thereby he got the first ghost update that was on September 17th. And if you see there, within 10 days time period, he got the ADR for 5669 form. So that was on September 27th. This is another indication in case if you just got the ghost updates, it's a good news. At the same time, IRCC may ask you to submit the ADR. That's additional document requisition. And then he got the portal request that was on October 1st, and thereby he got the eCOPR that was October 5th. That was yesterday. So this is another healthcare case. Not many of healthcare stream has been picked up pretty fast, but this is one of them. I hope this has been a little informative to you guys, and in case, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And there's a lot on immigration to Canada over here, so you can always go through it. And if you have any doubt or any confusion, you can always write back to me. I would try to address to your queries within 24 to 48 business hours. That's what I target on. So till then, take care and stay safe, guys. Have a good day.